Hey there, ho there, how do you do?
What is that from?
I don't know what the heck that's from.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling.
Hello. For today's video, we're doing another Draw Your Journal video. It's a prompt journal that I wrote, and it is available on Amazon. It's intended to be a diary, all of my secrets exposed. Not really. Last time I did a Draw Your Journal video, I got a comment.
Only one.
It hit me right in the soul, right in the heart. They said, you talk about yourself too much on a Draw Your Journal video. What? Draw Your Journal is literally a diary about me, so I will be talking about myself a lot as I draw in my own journal. So if you don't like that, that is your warning. Let's continue. Okay, so here we have my Draw Your Journal. At this point, we've completed quite a few pages. I decided to do the Draw Your Red Carpet Look page. I've already sketched something out. It's actually me in my wedding dress. I don't currently have my wedding photos back yet. We are supposed to be getting them soon. But I do have some videos that were taken on an iPhone for me while my photos were being taken. I used them as inspo for this drawing. To color this page, I decided to finally take out my alcohol markers again. My Cali Art markers. That's not redundant. I haven't used these in a while, but I do love alcohol markers. Oh my gosh, I missed you. I forgot that the cap doesn't go on the back. I started off with the blue-gray color, and I wanted to make it look like there was a lot of movement. It's kind of like a ghost. We have some shadows that are moving behind me. That was a ghost noise. After that was done, I moved on to a light green color and added some shading to my wedding dress. I realized that most wedding dresses are white, and mine is no different. I had a white wedding dress. But I felt like it was kind of boring to color the wedding dress all white. So I decided to add shading in different colors, just to spice things up a bit. One thing I actually wish I had not done was added the black outline first. I feel like I could have colored the dress a little bit better had I not done the outline at all in the center of the dress. I added some more shading to the bottom and tops of the dress, and then I moved to my skin. I used an alcohol marker on this, and this is where I specifically feel like I messed up, because the black outline that I should not have added first started to mush and blend into my skin tone and kind of make it look darker than it was. In the end, I was able to fix everything with a colored pencil, and I feel like it does look like my actual skin tone now. These are my glow-in-the-dark sparkles. I used this in my glow-in-the-dark video, and for some reason I felt like, you know what, this is gonna look really cool on top of the dress. The sparkles themselves have a green undertone, and my dress that I colored also has some green in it, so I felt like it went really well together. My dress in person did not have any sparkles on it, but I feel like in my journal it adds to the look and makes it look more fun and dramatic. I really like the way this turned out. I was specifically waiting to do this page until I had my wedding dress and a photo example of it, because I feel like this was my most dramatic red carpet look that I've ever worn, and I'm happy we've memorialized it here. Okay, the next page that I'm doing is Draw Your Escape. Draw something that helps you get away and unwind. I decided to take out all the colors in the rainbow for this. I just feel like the cap should go on the back of the marker. I ask for so little. You can interpret this page however you want, but the way I'm interpreting it is this is an activity that I do to de-stress. It's something that when I'm feeling upset, if I do this activity, I end up feeling better afterwards. I think it's probably pretty obvious that I do love art. I find it like an escape and a de-stressor, but this page actually has two different meanings. The first one is an art style that I find very therapeutic. If I'm feeling stressed, I do feel like drawing in this style does help me unwind a bit. It's the sketchy, impressionistic style where everything is like a bunch of lines and nothing is really very clear, but at the end, when you look at it from a distance, it kind of looks a lot better. It's kind of fun to start a drawing and not know what you're gonna draw and just start like sketching things and have everything look kind of scribbly, and then at the end you end up with a picture that looks totally different than anything you thought you were going to draw. I don't know what the exact word for that is, but I know it's very therapeutic for me, and I find it to be an escape. The second fold meaning for this page has to do with singing. In the basement, my husband and I have a rock band kit. I sing on the vocals and he drums, and we do that for like an hour or two about once or twice a week, and I'm telling you, every single time I do it, I feel so much better at the end. I just feel so happy. I love singing, and it's definitely an escape for me. I don't like singing in front of people, but I do like singing to myself. I am actually allergic to cats, probably. I mean, like, they're fine if they're in the house, but if I pet them and then touch my face or my eyes, it doesn't go well for me, so I think I might be allergic to them. I'm getting very off topic. My point is, I love cats, but I'm too excited to see them, and then they dislike me because I like them too much. Cats are very picky like that. Like, if you like them, they hate you. A heartbreaking scenario. Anyway, this page is completed. I really like the way it turned out. I feel like it's fun. It kind of gives off a very music kind of vibe and an escape vibe for me because everything is moving so much. I honestly quite enjoy how much I like Rock Band. Like, I find it funny that I go in my basement and play Rock Band still. It's just ridiculous, but I love it. Okay, before we move on to the next page, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to anyone and everyone who has been getting Draw Your Journal. Seeing you guys fill out these pages is literally my favorite thing ever. I'm not kidding. So thank you so much for getting the book. Let's move on to the next page, which is Draw Your Personality. You can go to the website 16personalities.com and take the quiz if you want to know what you are. If you don't know what the Myers-Briggs personality test is, I am obsessed with it. It gives you such a good breakdown of who you are as a person and how you think, and it's so helpful for understanding yourself as well as people around you. The test results gives you 4 different letters, and each of those letters represent your cognitive functions. Your cognitive functions describe how you think, how you take in information, and how you interact with the world. My favorite thing about Myers-Briggs personality types is just the basic understanding that not everyone thinks the same way I do. It's been really cool because it's given me a really big respect for other people and the way that they think. I'm speaking very abstractly. Let me go into specifics. So my 4 letters are INTJ. I'm introverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging. And the other options for this could have been ESFP, which is extroverted, sensing, feeling, and perceptive. There are a ton of different descriptions of the personality types online. Here are some INTJ traits that I found interesting. Number 1, able to absorb extremely complex theoretical material. Number 2, strategists who are logical, rational, and future-oriented. Number 3, strong insights and intuitions, can easily see the big picture. Number 4, extremely logical and values knowledge and efficiency. Number 5, very high standards for performance, which they apply to themselves most strongly. Number 6, reserved and detached from others, but values close friendships. Those traits kind of generally describe me, but the best way to think about how I think is through my cognitive stack. Your cognitive stack basically takes all 4 of your letters and prioritizes them from most important to you to least important to you. My number 1 most prioritized and most important way of thinking is my NI, which is my internal intuition. The way I've interpreted this is the biggest question I'll ask myself when I make a decision is, how will this impact me in the future? This is different than other personality types who might prioritize the past or the present when making a decision. My second most used cognitive function is my TE, which is my external thinking. This is something that people notice about me right off the bat. I talk a lot. Like, I'm always thinking out loud. I pretty much say everything I think, which honestly makes a lot of sense because I definitely got in trouble a lot as a kid for talking too much. My last 2 cognitive functions are more subconscious. They're my internal feelings and my external sensing. As an INTJ, it's a little bit harder for me to get in touch with how I'm feeling and how other people are feeling. SE is external sensing. Since this is in my last position, I tend to be the worst at this. I get really overwhelmed by external stimuli, especially if I'm in a new location. I'll actually go really quiet, even though I'm not a quiet person. I just get overwhelmed and tend to not take in all the information. For example, I went into a pizza place 3 different times, and it only occurred to me on my 3rd time that there was a giant staircase against the wall. I literally had never seen it, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a huge staircase here. And people were like, yeah, that's always been there, Marissa. I quite literally do not notice anything, and in extreme circumstances, it does make me go very quiet. Even with like friends' houses, it takes me a few visits to warm up to the place. Knowing my personality type and the people's around me has been so helpful. I've taken the test 4 or 5 times over the course of like 6 years, and I always get INTJ. If you know what your personality type is, leave a comment because I would love to know. And if you want to see more Draw Your Journal videos, I have them linked in one of these 2 boxes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!